Welcome to Game Pending, a brand new podcast all about gaming, anime, D&D, and movies. If you can think it, we will overanalyze it. So let's press play and hop into the game. Let's start by introducing ourselves. I'm Trejan. I will be a regular member on this podcast, constantly speaking. All the time.
My name's Owen. I'm also going to be regular and the editor and maker of things on this podcast. Woohoo.
I'm Gage. I'm going to be a regular, and I'm just going to talk a bunch of crap about a lot of games that I love.
That works.
Well, jumpin' G Willikers. What do you know? I'm also regular. My name is Matt, and I will be talking, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a dice.
Roll the host.
Yeah, let's get to see who's the host.
Roll to host. So for those who obviously can't see, because this is audio-only podcast,
Yeah.
we have a D8. And so we're going to roll to see who will be our host. That would be a fun idea.
I call 5-6.
Okay, Trajan is 5'6".
I'll take one, too.
Wait, is it a D8 or a D4?
It's
it's
a
a D8.
D8. It's a
D8
D8.
sound.
Well, a
I'll be
D4 doesn't have a 5 and a 6.
I'll be 3-4.
I'll be 7'8",
3-4.
please.
That's an 8. Congratulations, you're the host.
Matt Food's the host. Take it away, Matt.
Oy vey. All right. So,
What's our
hi.
first topic?
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm going to be the first host. So guys, what do you think about us? You know, what do you think? How did we meet, I suppose, is the best way. Probably a good introduction, you know, to the people at home. Or on a jog listening
Well,
to this.
Funny enough, it's mostly just me or parents listening to this, but
yeah. But,
Friends, hypothetically.
anyway.
well, funny enough, the big story is Trejan and I have obviously known each other for a billion years. We've been best friends since forever. We
Yeah.
fought over a Tonka truck, and we've been friends ever since. I don't remember what playground it was. I think it was
was it Greylock?
Yeah, my guy was saying Joe Wolf was the one.
It was a playground.
The one, no, but
No, it was a playground. That's what we're gonna leave it at.
Yeah, it's just a playground. Fuck it, yeah, it's just a playground.
we're not gonna agree and
Yeah,
disagree on
yeah,
a playground
yeah.
when this isn't what the podcast is about.
And don't
Yeah,
look to us.
we're on a tangent, but yeah. Trejan and I have been best friends for a long time. We've known each other forever. Matt Boy, I met you through sports.
Yeah,
minor league.
we originally were in middle school together, 7th grade. We hung out a bit, but not too much. But senior year of high school, I was that guy who joined the sports team on the last year. And
Threw up in practice? Yeah.
yeah. But I joined the soccer team senior year, and Owen and I hit it off. Trajan was the assistant coach, or one of the assistant coaches of the team. And
I graduated a year before them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the picture yet, but
Yeah,
we'll
no,
get to me in a sec.
Gage is an important.
He made an explosive entrance, but...
Yeah, but from there, I one time asked good old Owen, because he was talking about D&D during soccer practice. Hey,
With our friend Emelina.
yeah,
Who will
hey,
eventually-
can I join in? And the rest is kind of history. From
Really,
there.
it really is,
It
yeah.
really is. After that, it was our senior year of high school. We went off to college and whatnot, and I think it was about 2017. I was working for our local college at a summer job. I'm repeating myself right now, but
Nah, you're fine.
I was the RPC for this kind of
Science, technology,
science tech.
engineering,
Yeah,
math.
there was a STEM. It was called STEM Academy, and it pretty much had students going into the STEM programs at the college. During the summer, a couple months before, they were actually supposed to start and kind of get a feel of not only the sciences and the courses offered there, but also get accustomed to kind of what college life would be, mostly for incoming freshmen. And I was the RPC. I was the residential program coordinator. Fancy. But I did nighttime activities after they did all the science stuff, because I was not a science major. And during my first year working that, I proceeded to meet Gage.
Yeah,
Several people.
I met Matt, and the first thing I gave him when I first met him was a bartending book. And I just want to preface this with everyone that I met here. I thought they were the coolest people that I would ever meet, and then I finally met who they actually were, and I found out that's completely wrong.
Yeah, accurate. Yeah. Wasn't sure where he was going with it, but yeah.
I mean, he said it in the intro. He said it in his own intro, but I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm the coolest guy.
If you say so, we'll let you believe that.
Jawline that can cut a diamond.
I'm just gonna have to take your word for that right now.
Yeah.
But so I met Matt through STEM Academy, and later on, a year or so later, my friends were going out to sword fight, do some nerdy stuff that I've always wanted to do. And I was like, you know what, can I go with you? So I went, and I met Owen, and I met Trejan there. And we had a blast.
Shit out of you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna veto that, and I'm gonna say I won.
You did.
Nah, but then I met them, and years down the line, I played lots of D&D with them. I played lots of video games, board games. They introduced me to so much, and now Trejan, Owen, and I are living together, and we have Matt in town with us, and it's just really awesome to be here with this podcast. And if you asked me like 4 years ago where I'd be 4 years from now, I would probably say I'd be a chemist, and I would be dead wrong. I would never think I'd be here, but I'm happy that I'm here.
We're happy to have you.
Well, this is sentimental.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's talk about some funny shit.
Yeah,
let's move on from this tearjerker.
Well, speaking of D&D, video games and board games that we introduced you to,
yes.
we introduced quite a few people. I'm the board game kind of aficionado a little bit here. I love that stuff. And through me, I've introduced all you guys to different board games and stuff, and we play it regularly. It's a blast. I love our games. Absolutely.
Yeah, we have a whole
show
thing your grandfather built so we could hold all our board games.
Yeah. So, on the topic of games, I suppose, what are some of everybody's favorite games? Both like single player, but also multiplayer. What are some of the favorite games we like to play with each other, as well as personal favorites that just resonate for one reason or another? Maybe how they resonate.
Why don't you start, Matt?
Oh, you're putting so much pressure. You know what?
I need time to think.
I am the host, so I should. Current favorite all-time game? That is a tough one, because obviously my opinions change, and obviously I haven't played some games in ages. Personally, for multiplayer, it's a bit easier than others. I would probably have to say Left 4 Dead 2. Just a real classic there.
Yeah.
It's PvE, co-op, zombie shooting, brainless nonsense. And
It's just a blast.
Oh god, yeah. We were playing the other week, actually, and I was playing with Owen, Trejan, and our friend Mike. And we were on the new map, I think it's Last Stand or something. And it's the one with the light.
Last Stand, yeah.
They have a new map?
Last Stand.
It's like a year old at this point. But it was like a modded.
It was a community map that was made official.
Yes, but kind of like Cold River or whatever.
Yeah.
Cold Stream.
Yeah.
That was a good map.
Yeah, but
funny, the community maps are the best ones.
Dark Carnival.
Yeah.
The Carnival.
Dark Carnival. Yeah. Fair point.
The Rock one is the Carnival one, right?
Yeah, the Rock.
Yeah, and the gnome. Yeah.
Gnome Chomsky.
Gnome Chomsky.
Yeah, but we were just playing the other week, and oh god, we got thrashed in the ending like 3 times for the silliest reasons.
Just leave me, go, okay.
I got knocked off the map, unsavable. Mike fell in between the boat and the dock somehow and was falling. Trejan.
That was on his own volition too.
Yeah, he was at the highest HP too. Trejan was holding them off behind. Owen was on the boat. I think Owen got hit on the boat and went down.
Yeah.
And then Trejan went down, and
the tank threw a rock at me, I think.
Yeah, and then the Trejan went down. The boat started taking off, but we lost the mission. But oh my god, just watching it all collapse as I'm dead. Moments like that are what make it probably my favorite multiplayer. Overwatch is probably second up there, but
we've had a lot of different things happen in that game too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, for multiplayer, definitely Left 4 Dead 2. Just so many good memories there. As for single player, this was the one I was hoping Left 4 Dead 2, while speaking of it, I would think more on. But I think I have to say probably my favorite game as of right now is Bloodborne. And it's recency bias. I've just recently did a playthrough of this. But every time, like, I just look at it, it's 6-year-old game by the time they're recording this. Still really gorgeous, really fluid gameplay. Yeah, it's an exclusive, which kind of sucks because I wish more people could experience it. But just that, coupled with how it handles like horror themes such as madness, decay, eldritch abominations. It's just masterclass in like environmental storytelling, and I really love it because of that.
You know, I've never played that, and I've owned only PlayStation for like the longest time, and I'm surprised I haven't gone into that.
It's got a barrier of entry in terms of difficulty, so I can understand why you may not have, because it's from Software, so the whole
Dark Souls series.
the whole Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Sekiro Souls, the whole thing with it's definitely not easy to get into. It's definitely challenging, especially since
if you feel like hating your life and you want to stress for the next 3 hours, play this game.
Maybe I shouldn't play it then.
Yeah.
if you play the main game, you're generally, I think, going to have a fine time. It'll be difficult, but doable. If you get the DLC, God save you.
Is there like a very easy mode?
No,
There is no cow level.
there's base new game. That's the easy mode.
I think I don't know.
But yeah, those are currently my favorite ones. I want to say some other ones, but obviously I'm big into platformers as well, but mostly
the bane of Owen existence.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
But yeah, I'd have to say Bloodborne for my favorite right now.
Mario is not my favorite.
I don't like Mario.
Honestly, I guess I'll go next.
Yeah, go for it.
Trejan here. To say favorite multiplayer game of all time based on years and years of like experiences and just SWAT.
It's hard to narrow it down. I got lucky. I was like, I know which one.
Honestly, I'd have to say it's Halo. There's just so many.
Reach or 3.
Halo in general.
Yeah.
I think he's talking ODST.
Oh yeah. Well, ODST was actually really fun.
Halo Wars.
yeah, that was not bad. Halo was 2 was
There's
but
gonna
Halo
be a
Wars
whole
was good.
level of community that's gonna disagree with you on that game.
I know.
I've only played through Halo.
I want to see the comments. What's your favorite Halo game?
Yeah, but Halo is there's just so many things and so many experiences we've had with Owen and I growing up, along with his brother, and playing online, and how Xbox would have, like, you only really needed one person with online account, and then you could play guests and also hop on. So we've had a lot of, it's such a fun game to play. And now that the Master Chief Collection is out for PC, and we all have PCs, that's constantly what we're playing.
Yeah.
We haven't touched it in a little bit because we've been occupied with other games.
I remember from the little bit I did play with you guys, when we had it was pre-COVID LAN party a couple of years ago. That was the only time I played Halo with you guys. So all night. I could
7 years.
No, not 7 years ago.
Oh,
It was when we were all of age to drink.
Oh!
Quote unquote.
Oh, okay,
Halo
yeah.
and drinking.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a fun game that you can have anyone come together and play, and you can still do LAN parties and play on 360, which is the best.
It's not super hard to get into either. Like,
It's not.
When I first bought an Xbox 360, because I own a ton of consoles, I played Halo 4, and it was pretty easy to get into. It's a little bit slower paced than, like, say, Call of Duty, but it's actually still a really fun game.
Halo 4 got a little bit better with the movement and everything, because I know a lot of people would think they just moved a lot slower.
Yeah.
And it was harder for Call of Duty players to get into, because you would
So that was always the thing with Halo versus Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty was more of a twitch shooter. The time to kill was way lower, so you got started getting shot at and you had to like find them, go. Whereas Halo, it's very much you start getting shot at and you can just do. Oh, there he is. Okay, yeah, the opponent has an upper hand, but you can still. That's why I like it so much. You can actually fight back. Whereas in a lot of COD games, Titanfall, stuff like that, if you get caught out in the open and you start getting shot at, you basically put the controller down.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a quick reaction time.
Yeah.
On the spot,
Especially
like
with
that.
how COD has been going the last several entries.
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't played
Modern Warfare 2019 recently slowed it down a bit, but like with the Advanced Warfare stuff, in my opinion, that was garbage.
Yeah.
So going off the Titanfall thing, my current favorite multiplayer game I think of right now is probably Apex Legends.
Oh yeah.
And Apex Legends is based in the Titanfall universe, and
Such a good game.
Well, Owen and I will agree. A lot of other people and viewers, or listeners, rather, would not agree, but Titanfall 2 is probably the greatest first-person shooter ever created.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so good.
In personal opinion, that's why I said Owen, I didn't say anything about this side.
It does have a hidden gem of a campaign. It's short, but it's so fucking good. Yeah.
So at the moment, I'd say Apex Legends is current multiplayer favorite, just because we've been playing that a lot and getting pretty good at it. We can get top 10, but we'll die.
Yeah. We consistently hit top 2.
Yeah.
We just can't get that final.
We just can't finish.
Yeah.
Title my sex tape.
What about single player games? I know you're more
Single
multiplayer.
player games. Favorite franchise? Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3 helped me get through a test in sophomore for history. My sophomore year.
Oh, really? That's the
Glossing
first...
over that, because it was right in that time period of
Yeah,
Revolution and like,
That's
American
fair. That's
Revolution.
the first time I've heard anybody say anything positive
Yeah,
about
so
Assassin's Creed 3.
to heck with all you,
What do you mean? I love
people
Assassin's Creed 3.
saying you can't learn anything from video games.
Just compared to the other ones.
Oh, true.
It was
Compared to the
historically
other ones,
accurate,
yeah.
other than the Assassins being a thing.
That trailer,
Yeah.
though, was incredible. Of him just charging up the hill with the British.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, so favorite single player franchise, Assassin's Creed, hands down. I've been obsessed with that series, and I still haven't played Valhalla, and that's gonna probably be my favorite one of all time because that's my favorite culture and game franchise combined into one.
Yeah, Trajan's huge into the Viking stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
Looks
Stares
at,
at tattoos.
looks at his tattoos. Yeah. Even the facial hair is getting
Yeah.
progress.
Favorite single player game of all time, Horizon Zero Dawn. It is such a visibly beautiful game, and the gameplay is so clean, and I couldn't get enough of it back when I was still playing PS4, and now that those games can switch over to PC, I'm going to be getting the new one as well.
Right.
They're no longer exclusive.
No, they came to PC.
I think I have that from the free PlayStation Plus stuff.
You probably do.
I've never played it.
I think I told you about that. It was coming or going to be free, and I think you might have.
I've heard nothing but incredible things.
It honestly, it's just the gameplay was just so much fun, and the storyline was amazing and unique, and yeah. So yeah, that's definitely, I'd say that's my all-time favorite.
I'm gonna steal the spotlight. I'm gonna say my favorite all-time multiplayer game is gotta be Modern Warfare 2. It's a great story too, but I can't say it's my favorite. But Modern Warfare 2 got great memories of my brothers. And just grinding and them coming home to see me have all these different weapons and skins, and they'd be like, why do you waste your time on this? And to be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, especially when after a few years it just got hacked and you could just unlock everything super easy.
Yeah.
It is a good classic, though.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to play that sometime.
Absolutely.
1v1 me on Rust.
Rust is such an iconic map.
It is.
Yeah, that's my all-time favorite. I'm going to say my all-time favorite single-player game, Fallout New Vegas, hands down, know everything about it.
Not really surprised.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big, huge Fallout nerd. Love that stuff. I love all the history that is alternate.
The lore.
The entire lore. Yeah. And I love 76.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave that.
Thanks for tuning in.
Well,
We'll leave
looks like
that-
this is my last time on the podcast.
Yeah.
Great being here.
Looks like you lied about being the regular.
Yeah. What's that? Bethesda Hit Squad?
Do I hear Todd Howard?
Yeah.
We'll leave that hot take on the top to say.
Yeah. Probably my top. I can't probably really put them first, second, third,
Yeah,
but
no.
somewhere in my top 3, absolutely Halo Reach. Played the living shit out. I love that game. It's awesome. We played it nonstop. Ninjas was the greatest invention we've ever had.
Yeah, that was a stupidly
that game
fun
is
game.
so much fun. Then probably Titanfall 2. I have hundreds of hours in that game. That game is fantastic. And the other one that is no one's mentioned yet, but I've hundreds of hours in is Civ 5. I played that with Demolino constantly. I love that game. And
Civ 5 is such a good game, but I can never really recommend it for multiplayer because you never finish a game.
you don't, yeah.
Which is the unfortunate thing.
I think I finished one game with Demolino.
Don't you guys have No, he was trying to set up.
He was trying to set up a pit boss server.
Yeah,
we just
we tried, but the server.
it kept crashing and breaking.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's on.
Civ 5 is such a good game, but like the problem is because it's such a long game.
It
it's
is
so invested.
such a long form.
The issue with finishing the game, I find, I love Civ 5. It's just if you knock somebody out, you feel like a bit of a dick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
constantly. That's why I don't play StarCraft 2 with this guy.
It's like,
Oh, yeah, I
well,
forgot about
like,
StarCraft, yeah.
there's this entire thing I've spent so much time. I'm just kind of out now, and it's like you never want. Like, at least nobody in our friend group generally wants to be that guy.
Exactly.
And so it's like the games never end.
But it also comes down,
Excluding Andrew.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
it also comes down to a race to nukes, kind of, with
Yeah.
Civ 5. That's another big problem Civ 5 has. It's kind of, alright, everyone just turtle, science race through the nukes. Whoever gets nukes first wins the game.
Yeah, you don't use. You pretty much only use the military, like World War One. At least in my experience, when you do multiplayer. Up
World
through
War I,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and when you get nukes and stuff, because before then, with like all spearmen and whatnot, makes a lot of. Nobody wants to be the ones to kill people during that age.
Especially that.
You never build up any military unless you're barbarians.
Yeah.
But-
See,
And barbarians are just annoying.
sorry for interrupting,
You're good.
but the only thing that I know of the entire Civ series is that Gandhi can
Yes.
become like this
I love
ravenous,
that. I love that glitch.
crazy person. Like he's just peaceful.
Yeah.
He's just chill, and then he gets too chill,
So,
and then he just tries to destroy shit.
So the story behind that is they set Gandhi. So happiness or not happiness, peacefulness
Yeah.
or whatever. Hostility had a meter of like 0 to 256, and the lower you were, the AI was on that meter, the lower they were, the less likely they were to take hostile actions.
Yeah.
Gandhi had the lowest, at, I think like 8 or something, which is insanely low. But his AI would always, because of his low hostility, his AI would always take a path that would like go the peaceful route. Well, one of the texts that he would research would lower his hostility by 10, bring it down to a -2, which caused it to wrap around because it's an integer, caused it to wrap around, and he would now go from 8 to -2, but that because of that it would wrap around to 254, the most aggressive character in the game.
Yeah.
Gandhi just gets so calm he decides to
Yeah.
nuke the world.
You just
Yeah,
sound
exactly.
like Charlie Brown's mom.
He-
I did not understand a word you were saying.
I understand.
Yeah.
I've never played the game.
I've never played it either, but I've researched
It basically caused a wraparound that made him literally the warmonger of the game.
Gandhi became so relaxed. He found inner peace and realized the only way the world would ever be at peace is in nuclear fire.
Yeah.
Ultron?
Yeah. Ultron's my hero. He spent 5 minutes on the internet and decided that humanity needed to die.
That makes sense.
It only took me a couple seconds
Yeah,
to
yeah.
realize that.
Seconds.
And then
Casual.
favorite single player games. I played the shit out of Shadow of Mordor. Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, you were
That-
obsessed with that.
Oh my
forever.
god, that's such a fun game.
That was before you got really into
Shadow?
PC.
Yeah,
Shadow of War, the sequel.
never played it.
Very, very good. Expanded upon like the
heard that,
Nemesis system more. There were more types of Uraks. I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Yep,
Uraks.
you're good.
But the issue was
Resident Lord of the Rings guys over here.
yeah.
Sorry.
The issue was with that game though, is that Warner Bros got really like kind of greedy about it. So like there was an in-game store you could buy better Uraks to be in your branded army or whatever, and they locked like the end game, like the last mission, behind a really bad grind where you had to have these really high level like army of Uraks behind you, and the only way you were supposed to get that was by buying them pretty much. And it was like I got to the penultimate mission, and then I did not finish the game because it's like I didn't want to deal with that grind. I had my fun.
Yeah.
But very good locales, further expanded, just really good. Game.
Shadow of Mordor was the first game on my since I made the swap from console to PC. It was the first game I ever 100%ed on my PC. I played the shit out of that
Which
game.
is actually an impressive feat.
It actually really is, 'cause that means I found all the stupid murals. I found all the
right, yeah, there was the mural.
the murals. I found all
There was a
the
few times where we didn't hang out
collectibles.
when we were
Yeah.
younger because you were like, nah, Shadow of Mordor.
I want to play Shadow of Mordor. Yeah, I love that game. I have like I want to say I have like 180 something hours on that.
That's
Something like that, which is honestly not a lot compared to what you think if I 100%ed it. But I 100%ed it, yeah, it didn't take me that long.
It's not like
But it was just so much fun.
To be fair, it's also a single player game, so you're spending this time alone.
Alone,
It's
doing it,
108
yeah.
hours. You're generally alone playing these games.
Yeah.
So it's like that's still a lot.
My other big like single player game was the Mass Effect trilogy.
Oh.
That's another big thing.
Yeah,
for you.
I love Mass Effect 2 especially.
Mass Effect 2's end mission is just perfection.
Perfection.
Don't
So
We can't say
Yeah,
anything
because there is something I
yeah.
eventually would like to
Yes.
get.
it's so good.
Owen and I have to calm down.
Yeah.
about Mass Effect,
Yeah.
'cause me and him have played
Yeah.
through the trilogy. There's obviously the new
Yeah,
Mass
I
Effect.
played 1 once. I played 2
That-
like 4 or 5
That's
times.
probably for the best.
And I played 3 twice.
Yes. 2, I like Mass Effect 1 a lot for story, but its gameplay is so janky by comparison. But we will avoid spoilers for that because Gage
of
is
course.
currently playing through Mass Effect 2. Or
I'm trying to, yeah.
Gage is playing.
It's worth it.
And then
It's worth it.
Trajan wants to play it eventually, so we'll back off on that for now. And on that note, why don't we move on to the next topic of discussion? If y'all are ready to.
Yeah, I'm ready to send it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
For that.
Keep it going.
You're not actually sorry. We're the
Nope,
ones having to
go
deal
on.
with this. All right.
I feel like we need to sterilize
So-
the mic. It's like 5 feet away.
6.
You pig.
I mean,
I'm socially distant from the mic.
if we polish it up, we'll be fine.
I'll buy you a new pop filter.
It's not even.
Continue.
We'll get a Funko Pop filter and then cringe to death.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, alright. So, we've been talking a lot about video games. We've been trying to hold back, not going too overboard on our memories
Yeah.
of them. But that's for one key reason. And you know why? Because we're going to talk about some of our favorite moments right now, gents. Either our favorite moments that we've had online or offline games, single player or multiplayer. But also, not just our good, but our bad. What's some of the worst things we've ever done, / worst we performed, / just biggest flubs. You know?
SWAT for Trejan.
Oh, God.
Oh, does that, Trajan, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, let's start with that, because that's also the time we met Hamsterfish.
Yes, that's a great guy. I love him.
If he ever hears this, and you recognize the gamer tag Hamsterfish, I want you to know that you're a saint. Anyway.
On the Xbox 360.
So,
I'm
for
intrigued.
whatever reason, all the other Halo games, perfectly fine. Halo Reach, SWAT is the absolute bane of my existence. And I'm going to say the exact line I said. I couldn't take 2... I'm gonna kind of bleep myself, even though I know I've already sworn. I couldn't take 2 heckin' steps without getting shot in my goddamn head.
Bang!
Oh my god! Oh.
And then you immediately get shot.
I
in the head.
yelled that in game, took 2 steps around the corner, get shot, and yelled, "Fuck that guy!" Oh my god, it was the worst. Gosh.
What was your all-time worst? If I remember correctly, you went like 2-30.
Oh, that must have been a big team battle, right? I just didn't give a shit.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking something
Sure,
else.
that's what it was. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
I remember one Halo game you did real bad, and I thought it was SWAT.
I think it was because I was only trying to get assassinations or something like that.
Oh, maybe.
It might have been SWAT where I'm pretty sure they
You
had
just gave up.
more than half their kills was me.
Yeah.
100%. Well, about 55, but you know.
Yeah.
But no, favorite gaming moment.
In a more positive light.
In a more positive light.
Mine was definitely that.
Always gonna call it back to Halo. Halo 3's final mission
Oh,
was
yeah.
such a blast, literally, because the world was exploding. Spoiler. Well, the Halo was exploding.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun to, especially with a buddy, because it, 2-player campaign or whatever. We did it. I can't tell you how many times we did it.
I know.
It has to be in the
yeah,
hundreds.
I know.
I would just replay that mission because it was so much fun. But the Halo ring, for everyone that knows the lore about it, the Halo ring would start exploding and you have to escape off of the Halo and get onto a ship. And the way you do that is by Warthog, which is their Humvee Jeeps in Halo. And
Great vehicle.
there was just it was just a constant racetrack the entire time. You're dodging through Flood, which is a species in that game that sucks.
I like their mission in Halo 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good
But
job.
they just...
343 Guilty Spark is terrifying mission.
You're just driving through, everything's exploding around you, and at the end you just drive down a hill, hit a jump, and go into the ship. It's just First time ever doing it, I couldn't even put it into words. It was it was an incredible experience.
Adrenaline fueled.
Wow. Oh my god!
Playing an action movie is how it sounds.
Yeah, oh yeah.
At this point, I know where the explosions are going to happen and when.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of my own incompetence being able to get to that point.
Well, how many shortcuts did we try? Like going up along the cliffside and then dropping down right as the thing explodes, you fall through the floor.
I can try. The worst part was when it actually happened recently because since Master Chief came to PC. We've been doing it, but we hit a jump and an explosion happens underneath it, but something glitched and one of the platforms, because they happen in like triangles, it's like a square and then there's two parts to it that equal a triangle, and one of the triangles hit the roof, came down and hit the back of our warthog, sending us straight down into that hole, and I was like, what the heck just happened?
I mean, you fell in the hole.
Oh my god, it just blew my mind because I'm like, this doesn't happen. Why is this happening? Some of my best memories growing up through childhood and everything can all be related to Halo.
Absolutely. And it was always us two together.
Yeah. For you two guys.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but if you're gonna relate it to multiplayer and single player stuff, multiplayer would definitely be anything Halo is best memories. But the Halo 3 final mission is definitely that. And also, the last mission in Horizon Zero Dawn is incredible, and I highly recommend everyone to play it.
No spoilers.
That's why I'm not going to spoil it, and I'm going to kick it off to whoever's next.
All right. Gage, do you want to have
I'll take it away. I gotta say, my worst gaming moment, my not gamer moment, was when I played League. I tried it by myself. My friends, because I get angry at Uno, they tell me I shouldn't play League. I'm like, you know what? Screw you guys. So I played League, and I got pissed off at the tutorial. So, I decided not to play that anymore. However, for my favorite gaming moment, it's really hard to choose because there's so many good ones, and I can't remember any of them.
Oh, I know. It's so hard.
It really is.
Honestly, it was with my brothers. I was playing Fable 3, and we were all watching it together. And I was being an evil guy in this town. I can't remember the town. But I aimed my gun at this guy. I'm like, watch this. I'm going to kill him. And then it just switched over and I shot my wife. That was cool.
What?
So now I had an angry guy and a good wife.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So I accidentally shot my wife. Because I did the lock on. It went exactly like this, aiming at the guy and then...
Aim lock.
And I gotta say, I stopped playing.
Yeah.
But it was my favorite. It was my favorite...
Terrible moment.
No, it's still my favorite gaming moment.
Oh!
Just dead-ass favorite gaming moment. Just killing my wife in Fable 3. My kid was there, too. Anyway, next person!
Like next to mom, like, oh, mommy, can we eat ice cream? Bang!
You're really embodying the terrible anime dad trope now. You're gonna go off, and then your kid's gonna seek vengeance on you.
And then I'm gonna be like dead.
Fable 4.
Yeah, Fable 4. It's just the return of my kid after I killed his mom. Well, that sucks. Matt, what about you?
Oh, jeez.
Which Left 4 Dead moment are you gonna choose?
No, not Left 4 Dead. I'm gonna.
Guaranteed.
There's so many though of that.
How about worst first? Since we all tend to start with worst.
Worst, yeah.
Which I don't know what was worst and best for Gage in my personal opinion.
One of my worst I cannot say right now because it's Mass Effect 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, but I really want to say it because I'm just like
Send it.
You can go for it.
Yeah.
Is it the final?
I'll forget.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, but
So the end mission, it's not really a spoiler per se, but
Well, they tell you in the first 5 minutes.
It's pretty much the end goal of Mass Effect 2 is you're gonna launch a suicide mission of sorts, and you kind of a lot of the game is you're getting a crew together, building bonds with them, and on the suicide mission you have choices that influence if characters live to the next game, if they die, depending on how good they are at their job. So the hardest difficulty on Mass Effect 2 is insanity, and I'm generally a completionist myself. And I had in my mind, because I kind of knew, I had already gone through it once, I'd saved everybody, I kind of knew the right choices to make. But I was dead set on getting one specific crewmate killed at one specific part. I won't say anything about the part, but the crewmate I was trying to get killed was Jacob.
Of course. Jacob is terrible.
Jacob.
Yes.
I don't know this person. So.
Jacob is not. He's a very bland character. He's not offensive in any way. I don't mind Jacob. He's just not a good squad mate to have. But I'm like, you know what? For the heck of it, I'm gonna jokingly get Jacob.
He's better than 3.
he's much better in 3. Jacob gets really well rounded out in 3, but like if he survives.
Yeah.
But like I was on Insanity, I'm like, okay, I actually have a person who's good at the job I need them to be, but I'm gonna choose somebody that's intentionally bad to get Jacob killed. So I bring my big bopper guy with me, Grunt,
Yep.
big tanky guy. I need him for Insanity because he
He
just
looks like a toad.
yeah, kind of.
he's a
Krogan, yeah.
He's a
but
cool guy.
yeah, Grunt's great, and I'm like, I need him. He's super powerful. I'm gonna bring him and Jacob, and based on what should happen, Jacob should be the one to die in this situation. I get to the end cutscene, and I'm thinking, yeah, Jacob's gonna die. Oh, this will happen. I see as Jacob is ahead near me and the person we're helping through, and Grunt is further in the back. I'm like, wait, Grunt, why are you so far back? That's where Jacob's supposed to be. And then it clicks to me. It's like, no. And I watch as instead of Jacob, Grunt dies instead, and I'm just like, Jacob, why are you alive?
Peace.
Just die, man.
I was just like so awestruck in that I was so cocky. I was so confident in myself. Like, yeah, this is the right choice.
That's probably the reason why you manifested.
Yeah, no, I
Is it
manifested it, and you know. Well,
Is it random?
No, it's not random. There's a priority for that, and I thought it would choose Jacob because I was like, oh, this makes sense logically. Did not make sense logically. Took him. But that's one of my worst single player gaming moments.
I got a quick question for you. Who did you romance?
Oh, Miranda.
Oh, Miranda?
Absolutely.
Really?
Of the three,
What's the blue girl with the tentacle things?
Oh,
Liara?
there's Liara and then
Liara,
there's Samara in the second, but you can't really romance Samara in the second.
No,
But you can
not really.
you can kind of have like this like partnership per se with them in the
Unspoken
third.
sexual tension.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you can. Yeah, we'll go any further.
Yeah,
I want to go. I want to
Miranda
avoid
all the way.
spoilers, but I did Miranda just because Liara after the first game isn't particularly interesting to me. Jack is all right, and then I forget who the other.
Garrus is awesome.
Yeah,
Garrus
but you have
is
to
great.
be,
I love Garrus.
unfortunately, you have to be a
female
female shepherd to do that.
Not in 3.
No, it is. It is.
Is
in
it 3?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of mine.
Caden is the one in 3 who is bi, but Caden's unfortunately another boring character.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's one of my worst moments right there. Some of my favorite though, single player wise, it's not even like it was just more so. How do I phrase this? It wasn't like a scripted moment. It wasn't a combat moment of epic proportion, but it was a more like subtle moment. I was playing Fallout New Vegas, as I do. I'm also a pretty big Fallout fan. I was in the Lonesome Road DLC.
Ooh, yes.
And this was a recent playthrough, like a year back or so. And I was a legit playthrough, going through. I was on hard, not very hard, I know. But I just beaten a bunch of like death claws, worked my way through, and my character and me were like really exhausted from all the stimulation. We were on the side of the canyon. We were on the inside bottom, and I had the DLCs, so I had a radio station that just played music. Nighttime outside, I get to the side of this canyon, there's a fire roaring, and then there's a couch. And as I'm kind of like searching for supplies and whatnot, over the radio comes a song called In the Shadow of the Valley, which is a very peaceful song that kind of speaks on like the concept of a peaceful death, like slipping away and whatnot.
That's irony right there.
Yeah. And I was just like, I was about to head out as it was coming on. And rather than head out, like in a kind of a role play moment, I just sat my character on the couch and just sat in front of the campfire contemplating everything that had kind of just happened, what lied ahead of me. And that really resonated to me. That was honestly one of just my favorite, like, single player moments.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense for like the entire DLC story arc.
Yeah.
Too, letting go. And that's I just love Fallout New Vegas DLCs. And I know exactly the death claws you're talking about in Lonesome Roads. I hate them.
Oh, they're so
they
rough.
scare me. I've not been scared of death claws
Since Fallout 3.
since Fallout
I would
3.
say Fallout 3 has really
But
scared
Fallout
me.
New Vegas, Lonesome Road, death claws, terrifying. I know where they
Death
are.
claws are amazing.
Death Claws are
Oh,
great.
they're
What's
awesome.
the difference
They're
between
the
3 and
Tarrasque
4?
of Fallout.
The difference is like
3 and
Why
4
aren't
New
they
Vegas.
damage.
No,
like,
why aren't they scary anymore?
because there's easier ways to cheese them in I was gonna say Dark Souls 3.
Oh man, Death
and-
claws and Dark Souls.
In Fallout New Vegas, there's not as many places where Deathclaw are. There's like kind of 2-ish generally in the main game. And one of them is in like a quarry where you can get up high where they can't reach, and you can kind of just cheese them from far away, which makes them a lot less scary in that road. Lonesome Road, not so much. There's not really any way you can get really high up to snipe them, so that's why they're most scary.
And the worst Deathclaw is when you go into this RV to pick up stuff. That's where he spawns, is on top of the RV. And it's not like a normal Deathclaw. That Deathclaw is a lot more powerful.
Oh, shit.
And I was like a level 30 trying to kill it, and it killed me. Insta-kill.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about like Fallout 4? How do those?
Fallout 4 is so easy.
Yeah, Fallout 4 is a cake.
They're spongy. I mean, you meet your first Deathclaw, and
in the first
don't you
level.
get the power armor in the mini?
Yeah, and it kind of
it just seems
it's much more spectacle, but I digress.
Yeah.
But especially the lyric a little bit further, and I'm like nearing the end of this DLC. It's one of the last things I'm doing with this playthrough, and it's like, yeah, okay, and that's one of my favorite right there. Another one, multiplayer-wise, this was a few years back, and it was an Overwatch. I was playing with Owen and some of his friends he'd met at college, the college he was going to. We were on Lijiang Towers, and we were in the central point where there's the dedicated astronaut section with where that one hero, the one Overwatch player from Shanghai who died trying to stop that section of map in the center. And I was hearing Owen's friends over the comm say, like, towards their spawn, he's like, I'm getting frozen by May. Oh god, I'm dead. I'm playing Winston at this time, and this is a few years back, so it wasn't like locked roles or anything. I see this, and I leap over to the guy. The May is just standing there aiming the headshot, and as I get there, I slam down my shield. The May had right-clicked. The icicle gets stuck in my shield, and I just start spraying her with Winston to get her away from the Soldier 76.
You saved me.
I saved him. I saved him in that instance. And then I jumped back immediately after that. And that was probably one of my best plays ever, because the soldier didn't die after that. He was able to be a pretty good threat. And
you saved him.
That was just great.
There was another one in Overwatch that one time we were playing the free-for-all, ultimate all the time, or whatever.
Oh, God, yeah.
One where Trejan was... it wasn't ultimate all the time. It was at like... I think it was like a 3v3 deathmatch or something like that. Yeah. It was team-based.
Yeah.
I just remember being team-based. And Trejan and I were on the same team. He was at like 10 health. You leaped on him. You were about to land on him. And right at the last second, I landed my Baptiste ultimate, or immortality field to save him at like the last possible second. So, it was great.
I remember that scream that I did.
Yeah. You were like, I'm going to die! And then, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
I love moments like that.
Yeah, that's
absolutely great.
Those are moments you live for.
Well, like Regicide playing me, you, Mitchell, my brother, and me and you were having that firefight. We can't hit each other in Halo 4.
It was Colby, not Mitchell. Yeah.
Was it Colby?
It
might have been Colby, yeah. And we couldn't hit each other for like the longest time. We couldn't hit each other, and my brother just comes out of nowhere and goes beep beep, and then he takes me right out with a warthog. Like me and him are just shooting at each other, can't see anything. And my brother just yells beep beep and flattens me with a warthog. Keep going. We had to pause the game. We were laughing so hard.
On that note, Owen, what are some of your favorite moments in video game online, offline, and some of your worst?
And some of my worst, yeah. I really should have been thinking about this. I've been listening. I've just been listening.
Yeah,
but some of my best are obviously the Overwatch mode, when we get like 8 people playing Overwatch together and we just play custom games.
Genji Dodgeball.
Those are
Genji Dodgeball, where Gage normally dies first.
The training arc where it's my season.
And then Mike's,
I swear I'm good at games, just not League or Genji Dodgeball or most other games.
But yeah, our Overwatch time together, where we just all a bunch of us get together. I love LAN parties, and because there's something special about being in the same room together playing. And with the pandemic, obviously, we can't do that. Yeah. And with people moving out and going back home and stuff from college, we can't do that. But Discord's really brought us all together, and I love that. And it's really great. And
Discord sponsor, please.
Sponsor this very small podcast.
I love stuff like being in the same room, just having fun together, not being competitive, not being anything like that. And so like those moments when we play Halo together, just having fun, or Overwatch together, just a bunch of people having a blast in a room. Left 4 Dead, when we got that 8-player mod to work that one time, was awesome.
we annihilated the
TTT.
TTT. Yeah,
when Owen dies first instead of me dying first.
Yeah, fuck you, Mitchell.
Oh my god. Any specific moments that really resonate with you, Owen?
Yeah, the time Mitchell killed me 8 times in a row for right
Oh,
off
for
the bat
worse.
in Gmod, and I was like, I just wanted to play. I ended up spending like 45 minutes scrolling through Reddit because I had nothing else to do because I was the first one dead every time. Oh, that pissed me off so
Have you
much.
just tried not dying?
Yeah,
Have you just tried shutting your mouth?
Oh god, that does remind me of one of my worst, but please
Yeah.
continue.
That one time, I don't remember what game it was, but we spent forever trying to grind through the campaign, and we just kept dying in this one part. I don't remember the game
Don't
now.
know if this
off
was
the top
with
of my
me or
head.
not.
I might have been just my brother. I don't know, but that was pretty cool. I also remember being there for the launch of StarCraft II: Legacy of the Void. When that came out, Dumbelino and I were there at midnight, logged on. We had school the next day, but we're like, screw it, we're staying up. Where everything and stuff. Being there for that launch was really cool. And seeing that cinematic load up with the just solemn Artanis talking over a black screen, and then a single side blade, and then the whole cinematic just goosebumps even right now. Just goosebumps even right now just thinking about it. I love that whole intro cinematic. Blizzard makes fantastic stories. And you really should support StarCraft 2 more. Don't abandon this like you did HOTS.
Don't make it a Warcraft 3 Reforged. Keep it as
Oh
it is
God,
and
no!
keep it.
Do not reforge this, Blizzard, please. No, I have so many hours in StarCraft 2. That's the game me and my brother played constantly together. And then they introduced co-op, where you can actually play with new missions and units that were special to different commanders and stuff. I have hundreds of hours in that alone with my brother.
Would you,
More. Yeah, probably.
Would you say that had a really big influence on your life, though?
Absolutely. I love tactical games. I love tactical video games. I love that sort of thinking strategy, like Settlers of Catan. It's strategy yet different, and I love that stuff. I love where games force me to think and pay attention, because if I don't have to pay attention, I start getting bored.
Yes.
And so games that force me to pay attention, force me to really think about my next move, what my opponent's going to do, what everything. I love those types of games and stuff, which is why Gmod's great, but I can only play it in spurts.
Yeah.
I can't play it constantly and stuff. Like Left 4 Dead, I can play for a while because I start thinking, all right, what's coming next that I need, and I can force myself into that tactical role.
Yeah.
But more mindless games like that, I can only play in like spurts. But yeah, StarCraft is probably, let's just say, thank goodness Blizzard doesn't keep track of playtime. Or they didn't when StarCraft came out. Thank goodness for that.
You easily have probably thousands of hours into that game.
Yeah.
Nice segue, though.
Thanks.
But
That was good knowing, but
yeah, that had a huge influence. That was massive on my life. I loved the StarCraft game. I remember playing through StarCraft 1. My dad introduced me to it because I wanted to play a game, but I'd beaten everything on our original Xbox. I'd beaten all the games we owned, and I was like, I want something new. And my dad goes, I got something for you. And he goes, digs in the closet and pulls out his StarCraft 1 CD and just slots it in. I remember being stuck on Mission 8 of the Terran campaign for the longest time. And this is the long one that you get introduced to the Ghost stealth unit that can like drop nukes and stuff. And the whole point of the mission is to slowly like march your army forward while dropping nukes and stuff. And it took me forever to realize that because I was a young kid. And I was just like, yay, build army, charge! And their defenses just would annihilate you. You couldn't do that in this mission and stuff. And it took me forever to figure that out. And I just remember the jubilance I felt at that moment of, am I going to beat this? Am I going to beat this? And then I did it, and I beat that mission, and just, wow, standing up, like, yeah,
jubilation.
Of beating Mission 8, and then getting stuck on Mission 2 of the third campaign again. And then, the campaign was tough, but man, it was worth it. That story is fantastic. All the StarCraft games have a fantastic story. Brood War is probably the best, though. I love Brood War. But, yeah, where... I don't know, favorite gaming moments or games that shaped you.
Influential?
Yeah,
games that kind of shaped us are one way or another, whether this be storytelling or not. I kind of want to talk about this a lot more at some point, particularly with storytelling in general. But for me, I know I already mentioned Bloodborne. Love that game, love the atmosphere and vibe it sends. But I gotta give props to FromSoft's first real big quote unquote hit, the predecessor to Dark Souls, Demon Souls. Not
No,
like
great.
the original PS3, not the remake for PS5. I haven't played that yet. Don't have PS5. Thanks for shipping.
Maybe someday.
Maybe
Yeah.
someday. But
One can hope.
Demon Souls itself set up this really bleak, dark story, and really painfully oppressive atmosphere with it that I don't think a lot of the other Soulsborne games live up to. Dark Souls is alright. Dark Souls 2 less so. Dark Souls 3 they have that kind of theming, but nothing as bleak and depressing as entering this slowly decaying kingdom.
Nothing to that extreme.
Yeah, like just a very dark atmosphere that's definitely influenced me in a lot of ways, particularly with my D&D campaigns and how I run them arc-wise. Gage is one of my players, but I remember one of our first major arc was heavily inspired by Boletaria, World 1-1 through 1-4. Just I love that story so much, and I love the atmosphere, and I tried to embody that quite a bit.
This is all news for me. I didn't know this.
A lot of
In short, he's saying you're screwed.
It also kind of inspires me as like a dungeon master, or like a game teller, to be hard but not like cheap. Try and be like have a challenge for the players to overcome, because it's more fulfilling when you actually defeat it.
And that's a good lesson to learn.
That is a good lesson to learn. And though there are some losses along the way in the Soulsborne games, particularly your time if you die a lot, the ecstasy of defeating the challenge and having overcome these odds is just, it helps alleviate the overwhelming dark pressure that is around you and makes it so you are the one to forge forward, if that makes any sense. So I definitely say Demon Souls, Bloodborne definitely are the two major FromSoft that influenced me a lot.
I gotta say, for my major influential game, I'm going back to Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, big surprise.
I know. Well, see, not only did the DLC influence me, but like, I started making props because of Fallout New Vegas. I continued cooking with a lot more different things because of Fallout New Vegas. But the big thing about Fallout New Vegas was dead money. And there's gonna be spoilers for Fallout New Vegas, Dead Money DLC. Yeah, whatever. It's a game that's like 10 years old.
You've been warned.
Basically, you go through all these hardships with Dog God, Dean, and Christine, and they all need to learn to let go. And that's you, the character, need to learn how to let go. There's 37 gold bars at the end. You can't take them all.
Well,
you can't take them all. You're not supposed to,
but you can.
You're supposed to let go. And that's Obsidian's way of telling you to let go of the Fallout games they made. Obsidian doesn't have Fallout anymore. That's Bethesda, which I think that kind of sucks, but I have to let go of Obsidian, and not only just for video games, but a lot of the problems that I had in the past I had to let go. I had to begin again and let go. It's not finding it. That's the
You
hard
haven't
part.
let go of this game forever.
You know what? Shut up!
Good point.
Shut up! I hold on to this game just because it's just such an amazing art piece, and you can shut your mouth.
No, it's absolutely deserving.
No,
of
I know, I
praise.
know.
I'm just.
But yeah, so this just helped me let go of the issues that I had in my past, or the way that I felt about myself, or other people, and this was such an influential game for me in that way.
Though it's a message about letting go, it's a message that bears repeating and reminding yourself of even years down, because it's such a good one to have.
Yeah.
Trejan, want to round us off here, buddy?
A lot of stuff that come after.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think real hard of like games that have really influenced me, and it's a bit off topic, but not necessarily games, but shows.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, shows definitely.
So coming from like offline stuff or like whatever, like this is not technically offline because it's a streaming service, but my most influential visual aspect from what this podcast is about and future topics we're going to be talking about. The most influential thing had to be Naruto.
Yeah.
Because it's just
But
a lot of people that don't watch anime think that anime is just some crazy bullshit that just doesn't make sense, it's over the top. and I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. But there's also very, very serious and emotional parts, and I can't tell you how many times I have legitimately cried watching Naruto. And it's probably the only anime that I have not gone through and watched a second time. Because it's hard to continue watching it a second time when you already know that everything that's going to happen, aside from like other things. But like all the deep emotional parts and all the crazy intense speeches and things that happen in that, some of the things really stick to me in life. And I think most of them probably would have come from the character Jiraiya. And man, it's just, there's so much to talk about, and which I'll probably end up saving for a whole nother topic.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you wanted, we could continue on this topic for next episode, actually.
Definitely, the next episode, we'll talk about more movies, shows, and everything.
Yeah,
but
more influential shows. And,
just for me, necessarily, video games.
And books. I'm a reader.
Video games has never really done major things other than pretty much everything you guys have talked about, and influences my playing in D&D, or influences like decision making or stuff like that. So, but that's pretty much all I got, really.
Yeah.
I think that might be a good time to wrap it up, because we're at 55
I was
minutes.
about to say we're about 55 minutes, and though there's still a lot more we could talk about, a lot more games.
We don't shut up, so yeah.
we do have trouble shutting up on occasion.
Hence the overanalyze part.
Yeah. But we can bring some of these topics back up, because I think they're worth speaking again. Because we only maybe Gage, Owen, myself talked about one game that influenced us, but that does not represent everything that may have had an influence on us.
Oh yeah, no,
definitely.
The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
When will the show freaking end?
Yeah.
But anyway,
No, not the show.
The comic book.
I was gonna say the manga.
Oh, Telltale.
The
Telltale.
comic book. I was gonna say the manga, but it's a Western series.
The graphic novel.
I have been corrupted by
And
Japanese
tangent
media.
movement.
but anyway,
Shovel outros.
yeah, I'm great at outros. What you're talking about. But anyway, to all those listening to this from the bottom of our hearts, I personally want to thank you for listening in. We may have rambled a lot, but we do hope you've enjoyed, and maybe you learned a little bit of something. Maybe we influenced you in one way or another. Not going to hold out hope that is per se the actual thing. Yeah. However, if you did, that's great. And
We are not experts.
We are not experts, but that's great, and I hope you hold on to it for however long you think it's useful. But until then, please follow us if you're interested in listening to more. We will be posting our podcast on Spotify or YouTube. We're not entirely sure just yet which we're going to prefer. But probably both, but not sure which we'll probably be preferring more so. And keep an eye out for any gaming content we may be producing in the end. We also have an Instagram account. Yeah, shout out to Instagram at game_pending_pod on Instagram if you want to follow us there. Trejan will be keeping that updated with more information and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
And that's about it. Until next time, let's save and quit. But don't forget to tune in for next week.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
See ya.